Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tintin57. Today we're back on the road. Thought we'd do a little bit of trucking. We're back with another livestock delivery. So I've already got on board 5 different jobs of pigs. We're up in Rostock. Let me just show you where we are on the grand scheme of things. This is Rostock, top end of the map. If I just zoom out, the green line is where we're going today. So we're going to go from Rostock. We're going to come across the top of the map and then just come down a little bit to Hamburg. So just a short run from Rostock to Hamburg. This is what we've got on board. We have got, let me just go back and we'll look at how much we've got. So we have got 19,950 kilograms. That doesn't seem right, that. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's five different deliveries. I thought I had more on board than that. I will admit, we've only got 69% of the actual capacity of this truck, but not to worry. We'll get started. So I already loaded everything into the back because I thought that's just a little bit repetitive. You probably don't need to see that. We got 5 hours driving time on the clock there. So let's get everything started first. So that's ignition on. We need to insert the tachograph. We need to change that to the driving mode and accept. So we've got 5 hours driving mode. We don't need the lights on. Here is our truck, looking resplendent in our nice gold and blue Tintin57 Trucking Company livery. So let's get underway. 217 kilometers down to Hamburg. So it's been a few weeks since I've been on the road. I was hoping I was able to, I would be able to come back and give you some more update on this as to where we were with the last patch and what was happening with the steering wheel situation. To be honest, it's been very, very quiet. I'm not quite sure what that is. That might just be because, of course, Aerosoft have been working on the release of Tourist Bus, and we know how well that's doing so far. We've done plenty of videos on that over the past sort of week or so, so have a look on the channel if you've not watched those. We've had some good fun with early access. And I need to get out of here without causing an accident. But no, since that last patch, I wasn't able to get patch notes, unfortunately, even for that patch, to be able to tell you what was put into the patch. Apart from these graphical improvements, I've not really been able to work out what else came into the patch, which is not ideal, really. The patch notes are not okay. I'm gonna let this guy go because otherwise the roads are busy today. Also, why is that truck there on the grass? I don't know what that's about, to be honest. And now these trucks they're gonna wait here, aren't they? Right, so I'm gonna take a chance. This is not going to end well, because this is a very, very long truck, and I can already see the front end of the one behind. That is gone. I think there are some AI issues here going on still, to say the least, after that last patch. We've got random trucks here on the grass. We've got a bus on the grass. I don't really understand what's happening there. However, let's continue. So I still I still think it needs a little bit of work. There's still just little niggly bits, isn't there, that keep coming back and coming back to bite us. Anyway, we'll carry on. I've obviously not played as much of this because of a few releases for Train Sim World 2 that I got my hands on, and of course Tourist Bus Simulator, as we've already mentioned. Those have been taking up quite a bit of time, and I'm still trying to gauge the level of interest for On The Road at the moment. So if this is something you want to see, continue to see on the channel, just let me know. I'm quite happy to do it. I do quite enjoy playing this. You know, we've got a couple of bus options. We've not got much in the way of trucks. So I'm quite happy to play this. You just let me know down below if it's fine for you as well. Also let me know if there's any particular routes you want me to drive. So as you know, I've kind of been working my way around Germany, just around the map, switching trucks as we go, trying to do different types of deliveries. I'm due to switch this one actually at what? Whoa, there we go again. The steering was very loose then. I'm due to switch trucks again actually, so we've done a couple of jobs again in this livestock truck. Ideally I want to get back to the containers, which is what I was using on the PS4, and I quite enjoyed those because quite often you go from the docks at one side to the docks on the other side, the ports, to deliver the containers. I want to get back to that. So I think I'm about 65% through level 5 at the moment, so I think once I get to level 6 I'm able to buy a new truck. So I'll buy a new truck, employ a new driver, I'll assign this truck to the new driver, and we'll carry on with the container deliveries. I think that's what we'll do next. So yeah, let me know if that's something you still want to see, because we've got quite a bit going on the channel just now. I will also live stream this as well at some point, so we can all have a chat about it live, as we have been doing with Tourist Bus Sim. It's just very loose on the steering. It's as if the do you know what it feels like? It feels like the two front wheels are not on the ground, but the back of the cab is. You can almost oversteer. Now I don't know if that's to do with this type of truck or whether it's the weight we've got on board. I don't know how far the physics go when you fill the truck. So on our way to Hamburg, 182 kilometers. Should soon be at the motorway. There is a bit of road like this at the top end of the map that's not covered by motorway or freeway or autobahn. It should be for Germany, of course. So it takes a little while to go from the depot and get back to that. But then I think we pretty much should be motorway all the way. Just slightly came off the edge. There go the front wheels again. Look at the back of the truck. That's bizarre. There's a sort of, by the roadside there's a slight gutter, and if you do get the wheels into that gutter it does tend to slip away from you, as you just saw. There are plenty of trucks out on the road today, it seems. So I think we're approaching the motorway just now. Yep, so this is the start. So yeah, to get to Rostock, you have to come off the motorway and take some of those lower priority roads. And we want to be over to this lane because we're going to Hamburg. Really struggling to get up this hill, isn't it? Just drops a gear. One thing that wasn't fixed in that last patch, and again, we've not seen the patch notes, so was the engine sound cutting out at various times. It's still doing that, which is a bit frustrating. It will suddenly go quiet. Now then, is this guy going to let me out? That was close. To the main carriageway. So we're still 157 kilometres. I've got to get up to about 70 and then I'm going to put it in the cruise. So yeah, steering wheel support. I'm not quite clear at the moment what is and isn't working for On The Road. But I know lots of you guys have got steering wheels, and just in the last week while we've been playing Tourist Bus, which of course is also published by Airsoft, I've come to realise just how many of you have got steering wheels, and it's interesting because a lot of you seem to have Logitech steering wheels, and in particular I've noticed G29. So lots of you in the comments have asked me, has it got wheel support, is the G29 supported? Others have been mentioned, but I know in the case of Tourist Bus Simulator, they also support Fanatec steering wheels, and I've not had one comment to ask me about Fanatec, so I don't know how popular they are. I must admit, because I don't own a steering wheel, I'm not that well up on what they are. Obviously the G29 I know seems to be popular, Logitech G29. I think half the world has got a G29, it seems. But Fanatec, I don't know, are they popular? Nobody seems to have mentioned that, but yeah, they are supported on Tourist Bus. But in On The Road, I've kind of lost track of what was happening. We were promised steering wheel support, but something must have gone wrong there. Some late glitch must have come up which prevented it being in the patch. So we'll just need to wait and see if we can get any information on that. If I do get information, I will of course bring that to you via the usual methods. So we've still got just over 3 hours driving time on the tachograph. Of course, if we run out of that 3 hours, we would need to pull over and rest and reset that. But I think we should be okay for this 131 kilometres. There's the outside of our truck. It's difficult to steer in this position. Very difficult. I'm still impressed with how much brighter the game looks though. That, you know, that was the first thing that I saw after the patch. The whole game is just nice and bright, and this cockpit is driver's position is very detailed now. And the other thing I noticed as well is that the field of view, when you set your distance from the steering wheel, it seems to be holding it now between launching the game, between different sessions. What it would do before the patch, I noticed, every single time you got into the driver's seat, you needed to reset your distance from the wheel. It seems to be remembering that now, which is quite handy. Because sometimes you just want to jump in the truck and get going, and messing around with the seat is a bit frustrating. Because if you were driving this truck in real life, this would be your cab, wouldn't it? The seat's not likely to move. It's going to be set up for you every time you get in, so it's good that it's now like that in the game. That's just one other observation I've got. But this was my this is my road driving fix prior to Tourist Bus Sim. The last few days I've been playing Tourist Bus Sim pretty solid. I think that's probably reflected on the channel as well, so it's good that we can get back to this. And we'll do this short delivery and then we'll get paid. We've got the old envelope showing down in the hood on the bottom right, so one of our drivers that we've got in our company has already finished his job, and that will be a notification telling us about the payment. I think we've got 3 drivers plus me at the moment, and there again you see him sliding across. And that was just a small turn then. Very small bend, but it wanted us to start getting squirrely, as they say in NASCAR. Right, so I think we need to be over on this right hand side now, towards Hamburg and Lübeck. Hamburg and Lübeck, of course, we know from Train Sim World 2. So we've got a narrow lane here. In fact, that is closed right there. So we'll go up this instead. And speaking of Train Sim World 2, don't forget, if you haven't been here for a while, we have got steam trains coming to Train Sim World 2 on the 31st of May. So if you've already been watching the Train Sim World videos, you'll be aware of that already. But if you like trucking, or you've been watching Tourist Bus and you fancy taking a look at trains and how trains run on the console, then join me for that on the 31st of May. I'll be running that for quite a lot of the day on the 31st of May. We'll spend a few hours on that and we'll look at that together. So if you're interested in that, please pop back for that. That will be an interesting day, because I have zero experience of driving steam trains in reality or virtually, so I'm not even familiar with the controls, so there's going to be a bit of a steep learning curve on that one, so that will be interesting. Come back for that one. 87 kilometers to go. Let's get out of that inside lane. I've learnt now that those inside lanes tend to disappear as part of the junction once you get a little bit of a way back down the motorway. Let's pop the cruise back on. We're at 76 kilometers per hour, so that's good. 2 hours 9 on the driving time we've got left, so we've more than enough time there. And of course, once we get to Hamburg, because we're transporting pigs, we only need to go to one delivery location as well, which will be on the outskirts of Hamburg. raining up the hill again. So we can also travel to Cologne and Dortmund on this road. So that could well be our next destination after Hamburg. We'll just have to take a look at the map next time. Not every town has a livestock depot, it's worth saying. So there are no jobs. There's not jobs for every single town or city on the map for livestock. That's why I think you have to start mixing up the type of truck that you're driving, just to make sure that you're covering everything. So if you buy different types of truck with different types of trailer and assign those to your drivers, then you can always swap those around. You can drive the livestock as we're doing now for a while, and then you can jump back into containers or the big box truck and just mix it up a little bit, keep the interest going. There's one thing I'm wondering about this game is that it is good, and I need to be over this side. The sort of patches are very hit and miss, and that's disappointing, as we all know. But I do like playing this. I can play it for an hour or two at a time. I can't play it any longer than that. But longevity wise, I wonder if they will add any other locations to this. So right now we've got the whole of Germany. There was some rumour that somewhere like Poland could be added. I don't know how strong a rumour that was or what the source was for that, but that was something that I did hear on a Discord that I was part of. So I don't know if that is any kind of official news. It would be nice to see it expanded, but the problem is that right now we don't have a feel for how popular this game is. I just worry that the level of patching and the level of interaction that is going on currently with the game is not a good sign. That would be my worry about that. Things seem to really move ahead and then it goes quiet for a while, so anyway, we'll try and remain positive. I think that's what I'll say. But, you know, I'm quite happy to keep playing this. I think it's great. So I think we're just approaching the outskirts now of Hamburg. Let's have a quick look outside while we have the chance to run straight. Whoa, right over the side there. Here we go. That's why you don't go outside. It is very difficult control. The trailer seems to have a mind of its own. But we are coming off here anyway. It's not going to cost us too much. There are actually trophies in the game for delivering goods with a certain amount of damage. So if you do run a job and you do what I just did, don't worry too much about it. You get a slight bit of value knocked off once you complete the actual job itself, but they also do count towards certain trophies as well if you're collecting trophies, so it's not a big deal. So, Hamburg dead ahead, 18 kilometers. So send me some positive vibes in the comments about this game. I really want it to do well, honestly I do. I think the concept is excellent. A lot of us, after Truck Driver, were waiting for something we could do on console. And this ticked the box from a trucking perspective. I really want it to do well. I just, you know, trying to stay positive. So drop me some positive comments on this at the bottom. Let me know if you're solidly playing this. There'll be those of you out there that are playing this daily and are still playing it, and are not affected at all by any of the issues I've mentioned today. And that's fine. You know, I wanna have some of that as well. But these liveries were nice. I quite enjoy this livery. I think it looks quite good. And I held off from doing it, as you know, and in the end it wasn't bad. It only took me sort of 5 minutes to come up with this livery. They're all sort of standard paint jobs that you just mix and match. There we go. Just 10 kilometers, and then we'll get these pigs unloaded. There have been a couple of issues where I've added jobs to the list, and for some reason the pickup side of the job has completely disappeared, leaving just the delivery side. That must be a bug. And I'm wondering if that's what's happened at the beginning of this run, because I'm almost sure I filled the available space in the back with jobs, but we seem to be missing one job. So I've seen that a few times. So we'll see what happens when we get here, whether it recognises all 5 deliveries or there's some penalty or similar. A little bit too fast around that corner. This is our depot. These depots are all the same as well. Sometimes the approach road is a little bit different, but the depot itself is always the same. So we'll get out of the cab. We'll do our best to get as straight as possible for this. So let me switch position. Right, let's see how we do. This is quite a long truck to reverse in straight. Let's see how long this takes us. I think we'll go forwards. Need to swing the back down just slightly. Maybe not that much. Now then, can I just get that in? Right, try again. Does take more skill than you think. What am I like on this side? I'm still going to miss it. Right, and if I can go straight back now. It's not bad. It may turn green on this one. Easy does it. There we go. I'll definitely take that. Let's get the handbrake on and we'll jump out. We'll just go to the office. So we've got 5 different deliveries. That isn't actually a bad stop there. It did take me a couple of goes. Let's get everything unloaded. Here they come. And we said it before, there's big money to be made in this game by transporting pigs, because this is a very large truck with a pretty decent capacity. You need to fill it, which is what I think I didn't do. But if you do, it is a very good way of making money. You do also get some longer runs as well across the map. So all 5 sets of pigs should filter out without us doing anything. Just a slight break in between each set. So that's the first set. I think each one of these orders was sort of 35 pigs in each order. It's quite a lot. It doesn't use the upstairs sort of tier, the top level tier of the truck. I don't think that's animated. We can't even, I don't think we can open that. No, we can't even open that. So the bottom of the truck there is a little bit like a TARDIS. That's where they're all coming from. You can see them all kind of hanging around at the end. So there's a little bit of make-believe going on. And that is our next set. You can see the type of money you can make. Just that the cab just doesn't feel stable sometimes. So it's as if, you know, these sets of wheels here at the back of the cab are on the ground, but it's as if the weight of the truck is pushing down on those and lifting these front ones, which is where we're steering, lifting those up a little bit. And it has a tendency to oversteer. You don't need to get out of shape very much for it to be everywhere, all over the road. So there's another set. We've got 4,614 euro for that one. Get this next set in. So that was over 200 kilometres that run. On the map, it didn't actually seem that far, but you know, you can see the kind of distance. We went from Rostock down to Hamburg, which is the top of the map. So it's a nice run. Over the series, we've been everywhere so far on the map, so now we're crisscrossing again. We tried to do a sort of circular tour on the other videos in this series, but now we've covered everywhere. It doesn't really matter. We can We can go where we like. €5,569 for that. And also reputation, which is going to help us level up. Just takes a little bit of time to do the loading and unloading, which is why I cut out the loading at the beginning. It was basically just a repeat of this, with the pigs just getting on the truck really, so you didn't miss too much. And we've covered that on the other videos as well, as you've seen that before. So that is another set delivered, €5,250. You can see level 5, my level 5 now is filling up. As I said, we were 61% through level 5 before this started. And I wonder if that is it now. That could be all. There's no others coming, so let's get this closed up. And that's our job completed. So quite a nice run down from Rostock down to Hamburg in our new livery truck. So as I said, do leave me some comments. I want to know what you think of On The Road. See if your opinions changed on it. I know some of you have not been keen on it from the beginning due to various issues, but then there are others of you that really like playing it, which equally, you know, is quite understandable. Let me know in the comments. Leave me a like if you want to see some more, and don't forget to subscribe, of course. Hit the bell notification, and then you'll get told the instant a new video uploads, which is always useful. And I will talk to you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.